and wrong, and still she disobeyed God by giving another apple to her husband. What is this? You woman, man was being, you try to spoil his future knowingly. If you did not eat it, you may say, I was innocent, I do not know. Right? But you cannot deny that. And therefore, there are some writers who say that in the Middle Ages, therefore many people say that they are degrading references to female and say that women represent the door of hell because it is man because of Eve tempted, give him the apple, and therefore he offended God, and therefore he will go to hell, and the mother of all human ills, etc., etc. And when you think of being a woman, then you should be ashamed, etc. And why today we have to dress? Actually, it is a memorial of what you have wrong, you have done. If you do not eat from the tree, every one of us need not put on any dress at all today. This is all kind of, exploration that the people said in the Middle Ages. I think it's in your notes, therefore I will not go into detail of it. So let us turn our eye onto another version, which might be copied from the Bible. And we will try to see whether they copy and how they copy and so on. And pass. So in the Quran, you find it a little bit different. What do you observe? What difference do you observe? Just by browsing through. Don't look in detail. Browse through. Okay, no. When you compare the one that I gave you first, Genesis chapter 2 and 3, and this Quran verses, it seems different. I pick from here and there, here and there. The number jumps. You observe this or not? Yes. Please. Most welcome. Most welcome. Thanks. So you find that I jump from here and there, and why? Because actually, the style of the Quran is different from the Genesis. It is not like a story telling from the time frame from day 1, day 2, and so on and so forth. It is a kind of narration, just talking to man that they should do this good, do that good, and so on and so forth. And then from time to time, then they try to cook some story, some incidents before, just to illustrate the theme of the subject. And therefore, the main theme of the subject of the Quran is not like Genesis that record what day 1, what God has created, and then day 2, day 3 like this, not in the sequence of time. So, but today, just for convenience discussion, therefore I collected some of the verses which are related and then arrange it. You do not like it, you arranged it in another order. It doesn't matter. It will not affect too much. So we will try to see, number 1, God said in the Quran that man was made from the essence of clay, and then it talks something which was absent from the Genesis. It said that when Lord said to the angels, I am about to create man from clay. Then when I have fashioned him duly and have breathed into him my spirit, prostrate yourself before him. The angels prostrated themselves all in. Is it? Did I jump to?
lines, okay.
Yeah, sorry, I should have maybe just the order has changed, which I want to. Okay, maybe discuss another one first. This should be. Maybe follow the sheet that I have given you is better, because I used to discuss in this way. It's more easier. The first one is chapter 2, verses 30. It seems that at that time, God has not made man. Before God made man or created man, he discussed with the angels, saying that I'm going to create a vicegerent on earth. Means that I am going to create my representative on earth. Then the angel said, will thou place therein one who will make mischief and shed blood? While we do celebrate thy praises and glorify thy name. He said, I know what you know not. It seems that before God created man, he seems to consulted angels, or at least release this information to them, say that I'll create man on earth to represent me. And it seems that the angel do not quite satisfied with this suggestion, and therefore they say, why you create these people who shed blood, who do mischief on earth? Wow, we have done all that we want me to. So why bother to create them? And then God seems to be. See, God, what he said, he did not say that, shut up, I want to do what I want. He did not say that. He just said that, I know that you know not. What is it? Suppose I say, hey, this is a very bad guy. He do this and that, and then he steal this, okay? And then this man said, oh, Yusuf, something you do not know that I know. What is that? Something good about him, right? Therefore, it seems that God has said that, or the angels seems to know some of the bad points of the man, but God knows that man have a lot of good points that the angels are ignorant, right? This implies that. But anyhow, we do not know why at that time the angels, since the man was not created, why angels already know that men are mischievous and shed blood. Unfortunately, in the history, wars never stop. Unceased fire going on, right? Anyhow, that happened according to the Quran. And then Quran chapter 23 said God will created man from the essence of clay. And then chapter 38. Okay, let us follow this one. Yeah. Then God said to the angels that I will produce from clay a man, and after I breathe my spirit into it, then you all prostrate, you bow down to him. And then all the angels bow down, but only one called Iblis, I-B-L-I-S. And he seems to not want to follow. And then God asked him, why you do not do that? He said that, I'm better than that. This Iblis, according to other places in the Quran, that God has created man which has physical body and also spirit, also a soul. But God has also created the angels out of fire. The angels, the difference between angel and man is man have a free choice, free will. We can obey God. We are given not to obey Him. We have the free will. But angels are totally obedience to God. They have no free will. They will just carry out what God has instructed them to do. But Iblis is another kind of being. They are not angels, they are not men. They have spirit. They have free will. Therefore, they like man. they have good people, bad guy and good guy. Iblis is one who is a bad guy, who is against God, disobey God. So when God asked him, why you do not follow what I instructed you, he said that I am better than man. And then he was cursed and asked to go out of the garden.
No, there seems to be a contradiction here. You just said that angels are completely obedient to God. It seems that Iblis has the ability not to obey God. So look, I don't like this. You better not do so. And God was not pleased, and he was sent down to hell. So in that sense, the angels also have to agree or disagree with God.
Okay, but this is not up to us. This is according to the Quran, the version of the Quran. Whether you like it or not, according to the Quran, the angels were given instruction and they will totally agree and follow. And Iblis is like man who was given the free choice. Therefore, they have free will. They can choose. They would obey God. They can obey God. They can disobey God. Of course, there would be a consequence after that. Just like man, we can do good and evil, but of course, we do not have the ability, so-called free, to do good and bad. But there will be consequence.
So maybe that one have a kind of quality of humor in the lower level.
Well,
and Iblis, I don't know if you noticed, he said Iblis is not an angel.
It's not an angel. Not according to, not similar to maybe the interpretation of the Bible.
He is not angel, not man. So what is Iblis?
Iblis is a kind of being. According to the Quran said, God made from the power of light, he created angel. And the essence of clay, he created man. And the power of fire, or the energy of fire, he created the Iblis, or the so-called, another term is called jinn. Jinn is another kind of being. Angel, jinn, and man. This is what we were told, right?
This is, so Iblis is jinn.
Yeah, right.
Correct.
Iblis is one of the jinn. Okay, yes. So therefore, at that time, he was with the angels together at that time. But when God asked all of them to bow down to Adam, he disobeyed. And then God said, you go up. And he said that, please, can you give me a chance not to punish me for the time being until the day of judgment? God said, okay, I will grant you this permission. Then immediately he changed his face. He said, by thy power I will put them all in the wrong, except thy servant among them, sincere and purified. It means that since man, because of man, I was being now punished, I condemned. So, you, man, I will try to tempt you in the wrong way, so all of you will like me, being punished in the future, except those who really follow God. And God said, then it is just and fitting. And I say what is just and fitting. It seems that, you see, in the story, the running of story, it seems that when he was punished, then he just pretended to be a dying dog. Saying, oh please, can you give me a chance not to punish people like me? When he's given, then he said, okay, then I will do this and that. You know, this is the rebellious way that he acted. And then God said that, I have spoken of the truth, means that I will not withdraw what I have promised. Okay, I'll give you a chance. You do what you like. And for those who follow you, will have the same destiny. Okay? Therefore, I will not withdraw my pardoning of you for the time being. Then I will certainly feel the hell with thee and those that follow thee, everyone. Means that you and those of your followers will have the same destiny of hellfire. Okay. Now this seems to be a very very exciting crossfire between Iblis and God in the garden, right? Okay.
So, no, if Iblis is made from fire, why should he be afraid of being put in the hell, where he should be very, very happy? This is where
Maybe
he
we don't know.
originally came from.
Yes, we do not know really. We are not all knowing, but this is what we were told. We can discuss in the future. Okay? Yeah, really. You have a good point. I also have this theory.
Right.
Since he is fire already, so if you put it into fire, it seems to be
very happy.
Happy, right?
Just like you put a fish in water.
Maybe, we don't know. Anyhow, when the Muslim went up to this point, they will say, Allahu Allah, means God knows the truth. We really do not know. Huh? Okay, let's follow the few other verses, and then we can have an open discussion on the whole issue. Test of Adam. We said, "Oh Adam, dwell thou and thy wife in the garden, and eat of the bountiful things therein. Ye will, but approach not this tree, or ye run into harm and transgression." Now here, it is different from the previous version. Did it?
Sure.
Yes or no? What is the difference? The difference is that
there's no mention about
what kind of tree is
of
it?
life or tree of knowledge of good and evil.
Right, exactly. Just mention this tree. And also, what is the reason given? Will you die?
No.
No. He just said that then you will harm yourself, and this is a transgression. Means that you've done wrong. If you follow, you will done wrong. He never say that you will die. Okay, warning given to Adam. And then we said, "Oh Adam, really, this is an enemy to thee and thy wife. So let him not get you both out of the garden, so that thou art landed in mystery. There is therein enough provision for thee, not to go hungry, nor to go naked, nor to suffer from thirst, nor from the sun's heat." It means that here, now, this guy, don't listen to him. He pointed to Iblis. Ask Adam and Eve not to listen to this guy. This is a bad guy. Don't listen to him. If you follow me, you enjoy life here, good life here. If you do not follow me, you follow him, your destiny will be very good, very bad. You will not have enjoyed this life. Now this is the rule of the game. You follow or you do not follow, up to you. Okay, the temptation of the Adam. Here, if you run through, you find that Iblis or Shaitan means the same individual, and he tempted not only Eve, both of them. And what he gave is that your Lord only forbade you this tree, lest you should become angels, or such being as live forever. Means that they just don't want you to have a very long life, like the angels. And he's more than I'm your friend, I'm your good advisor, and so on and so forth. Never they deceived them. And then two of them eat from it. And then suddenly, the shameful part revealed in their eyes, and they feel shameful of their nakedness, and then they got the tree leaves, cover their private part. And then God said, "Do I not forbade you that tree, and tell you that Shaitan was an enemy unto you?" They said, "Oh Lord, we have wronged ourselves. So if you if thou forgive us now, and bestow not upon us thy mercy, we shall certainly be lost." It is a different story here. Is on one hand, God did not look for them. God immediately condemned them. Why you do not listen to me? And immediately, both of them regret and confess and ask for forgiveness. And God said, "Get ye down with enmity between yourselves on earth will be your dwelling place and your means of livelihood for a time." Then God asked man and Iblis to go down on earth after this. Means that God forgiven them and asked them to go down. Then they learned Adam from his Lord words of inspiration, and his Lord turned towards him, for he is often returning most merciful. Means God has forgiven them. And we said, "Get ye down all from here, and if, as is sure, there comes to you guidance from me, whoever follows my guidance, on them shall be no fear, nor shall they grieve. But those who reject faith and believe and belie our signs, they shall be companions of the fire. They shall abide therein." Here, it said that God tell them, "You go, all of them, you go to on earth, and I will send revelation to you, guidance to you. For those who follow, they will not fear. For those who do not follow, their destiny will be very, very painful." Somewhat like this. So, can you just make some kind of discussion about the two verses? What is the difference between what the points that I have mentioned? About between the man and woman, the role. What do you find?
Complete difference.
Totally different. Yeah. The woman was not put to blame for the mistake. Both of them committed the mistake, and both of them asked for forgiveness, and both of them were forgiven. So it means that the whole incident, not only the woman did not bear more responsibility than man. They are both guilty. Guiltiful. And not one passed on to the others like that. So we cannot blame the woman being the door of hell. The door of hell, man and woman are. Right? What else? The whole story, God did not tell lie. It seems more reasonable. He was not jealous or being selfish, that he have some good thing that he do not want to share with man. Not like what Genesis have portrayed, that God is just selfish. He just want to know everything and live forever, and do not want man to be like him. Right? Okay, what else you can think of here? This story is very important. From this story, we can infer that man came on earth pure, free from sin. We do not have original sin as such, because Adam and Eve did mistake, but they were forgiven because they asked for forgiveness, and they were forgiven. And therefore they have no sin when they come to this earth. And therefore we don't have the concept of original sin on one hand. And let me ask you, I still do not understand what is God doing for the whole story, the whole event. Since God said, I will create my representative on earth, right? When he had created Adam and Eve, then send them to earth. Why make such a fuss to do this and that, not to do this and that, right? It's kind of joke. We are playing around with helplessness. Can you say that? Right? If God, suppose if God wants us to enjoy life in the garden, kick Iblis out of it, then we will not be tempted. Right? Yes or no? But he left Iblis there and let him tempt Adam and Eve. What is this? Why? Why so troublesome? To test? Then we fail. We fail the test. If it is a test,
We must try our best.
try our best,
Yeah.
but we failed.
How we can?
Yeah. God asked them, this is the enemy, you don't listen to her or listen to him. And then later on, they listen to him. Right? Means that God, man cannot face this test. Can you make this conclusion? So what is the purpose of all this?
Not only to test the man and the woman, but also test the shaitan. I mean, to put them together in a situation and see how will they behave. So when the one committed a mistake, then asks for forgiveness, but the other is not. So to see what's
Don't God knows that Iblis will tempt man and woman to do wrong? He openly says so. He's afraid God do not know it. Then when he tell him, I will do this and that. No need to test. For sure he will do. This is what he pledged to do.
Okay, but then how will the man and woman behave after they commit a mistake?
Okay. So this is at least a point to tell us that okay, if you commit mistake, you should ask for forgiveness, right? Then God will forgive you, right? Okay, this is a good lesson. What else? What else? Now, I must emphasize, this is a discussion. What the Quran said is there. We have read already. But what is the reasoning and so on and so forth, it is from us. And may God guide us to know the truth or to get a good interpretation.
So
This is only our personal interpretation, yes.
let the human know their own creed.
I beg your pardon?
To let the human to know their own creed.
To know them.
Means also know.
But he promised that he will give guidance to us, he will reveal the revelation to us so that we can follow them, we know him.
Maybe their qualities made from the clay. So they
Okay.
just don't get it.
Okay, maybe, yes, acceptable. What else? Now I cannot say you are wrong, I'm right. No, I have no authority to say so. We are just discussion. Don't say that, oh, Mr. Yu, is it correct? I cannot say this is correct or not correct, right? Just what we think of. The lady at the head corner, can you share your view?
I'm wondering because the jinn and the humans and the angels is all created by God.
Yeah.
I think God should know all consequences about
Sure,
this.
sure.
So he's the one to make the trouble.
Yeah, exactly. That is what I'm asking. Before he asked Adam not to eat from the tree, do you think that God do not know the final result that they will eat from it? Of course he know. But why he do that then?
So can I say that for the man for sure will get the punishment?
He did not get it. He was forgiven, so he's not being punished.
So is that I can conclude that if the man asks for the forgiveness, maybe have a chance to forgive by God, but not the jinn. Because the jinn didn't ask.
He did not ask.
Yes.
Exactly.
How about if I put it in this way? Before Adam and Eve was like in paradise.
Yeah.
So is it God was like trying to now out of the heaven and then put them to this world? It is one of the like way for us, way for the human to start their life on.
Again.
I mean, Adam and Eve were in paradise.
In the garden, I do not know whether that's the paradise or not.
Right.
Because some of the scholars say that is the garden, it's not the paradise. But I am not sure.
Then maybe I was mistaken. Okay, so is it one of the way to start the world? Like
Create the world.
Create the world.
That God wants to create the world.
Yeah, God must have created the world because he said that I will put my representative on earth. Means that when he talked to the angels, there must be the earth. Otherwise, he would not say that I will I will create my representative on earth, right? And when after he created, he should immediately send him there. Man, actually man was supposed to be living on earth, not on the garden, not in the garden, right? Therefore, I'm just asking, why that whole process? Can you, yeah, please.
To practice because when God created man,
Yeah.
he was in free will, right? Because
Yes, man is free will.
Free will. So just to taste that quality when he was with the Satan.
Yeah, okay.
So he's not bound to follow the God. He's on a free will. He's on his own.
Yeah.
So maybe to practice that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Satan told him to do this because the man has free will. So
yeah. In this world, it is so, right? Man would be tempted by Satan, right?
Yeah.
By Iblis.
So
I have such a suggestion. See if you agree with or not. Of course, with the crossfire of Adam, of Iblis and God, everyone knows that Iblis will try to tempt man to disobey God. No one will disagree with this, right? God created Adam and Eve and want them to be representing him to rule this world, right? So therefore in Islam, man is the representative of God on earth. We say that this is a very dignified job. God created the whole world and let us rule the world for him, right? Just like if I say that I am the representative of Lei Ka-shing, you say, oh, such a wealthy man, Mr. Yu, so what can I do for you, right? If I say no, I am representative of one Zhong, one Gapo, you say, really? And so on and so forth, right? But no, I am representative of the Most High. Should you respect me? You should also be respected the same way. So, and man also would face such a challenge of being tempted by Iblis, by Satan. God, out of his mercy, want man to know this Iblis by practical experience, not just by telling him, this is a bad guy, don't listen to him. Just in a minute, they follow them, right? Therefore, actually, this is God who wants to teach Adam and Eve a lesson about who this Iblis is and what will be the challenge that you face on earth. And therefore, the whole exercise is trying to reveal the true face of Iblis so that man and woman know the challenge and not to listen to him in the future. And therefore, in Arabic, man is called insan. Insan is also meaning forgetful. Means that man is forgetful. This way in, that way out. That is man. And therefore, God knows our nature better than us. Therefore, he tried to let Adam and Eve, before they come to take this position or take up this job or assignment from him as the Khalifa, as the representative on earth,